Good morning, Year 2. Welcome to our next writing lesson. Let's begin by imitating our story. So remember to be loud, speak clearly, and use the actions.
Storm unicorns. The storm unicorn is a type of unicorn that is very rare. Physical appearance. A storm unicorn has the body of a horse and a long horn. Full stop. The horn usually has a spiral shape and sticks out from the middle of the head. Full stop. Most are a beautiful ebony colour with flashes of gold and silver that look like lightning. Full stop. As a storm unicorn moves, it sends out showers of tiny electric splinters. Full stop. Habitats. Like the common unicorn, the storm unicorn lives in forests. Full stop. They are very shy and therefore not often seen. Full stop. During the daytime, they sleep under bushes or curled up amongst ferns. Full stop. At night, the storm unicorn emerges and, if you're lucky, can be seen in the moonlit pools. Full stop. Diet. Storm unicorns have a fairly limited diet. Full stop. In the main, they live on leaves, grass, and other forms of vegetation. Full stop. However, they can be tempted with apples, and some have even been found to eat sugar lumps. Full stop. If you find a storm unicorn, you must never, ever feed it potatoes, as they are allergic to them and it will make them seriously ill. Full stop. Fun facts. The last known sighting of a storm unicorn was in 1673 by a man called Dr. Dapper, who claimed that he saw one whilst walking in the woods, but he could not prove it. Full stop. The most amazing thing about storm unicorns is that if you meet one, it can bring you great luck. Full stop. For this reason, many people hope to catch a glimpse of the most beautiful, fiery creature. Full stop.
Today we are learning to use generalizers to describe. So we're going to understand what generalizers are, and we're going to use generalizers when writing about rainbow unicorns. So our star words are how many, how much, generalizers, and description. Description is when we're describing things using adjectives. Now, generalizers describe how things are in general. So let's look at an example. Most of the time, I have dinner at 6 o'clock, or usually I have dinner at 6 o'clock. Here are my generalizers that I've put in front before my main fact. So what I want to say is that I have dinner at 6 o'clock, but I'm going to add something to that to explain what happens in general. Now, when I do that, it gives more information. So I could just say, I eat dinner at 6 o'clock, but I would be explaining it more and giving more information by saying most of the time I have dinner at 6 o'clock, because That then infers, remember to be reading between the lines for a reader, that there are other times when I will eat dinner at another time. So, generalizers often tell us how much or how many. So, when we're writing about rainbow unicorns, we want to be talking about how much time. So we might say plenty of the time, rainbow unicorns can sleep under strawberry bushes. Or we might want to say lots of the time, rainbow unicorns can't be seen in daylight. Again, that's adding more information because it's explaining that that's what happens in general, but there are other times when when there's another case. Let's think about how many. We might want to be talking about how many unicorns can do something. So we might want to say lots of rainbow unicorns have fiery rainbow sparkling manes. But again, that's not just saying rainbow unicorns have fiery sparkling rainbow coloured manes. It's saying lots of them do, and it's giving more information because it's telling you that some of them have something else. So let's have a go at writing some sentences using generalizers. Now you've done this in lots of our exercises before, but we're going to particularly think about it today. So the first step is to read the point. What are we trying to say? I want to say that rainbow unicorns can eat anything, but I want to generalize that and say that in general, they can eat anything. So I'm going to choose a generalizer. I'm talking about how many rainbow unicorns can eat anything. And I'm going to say that the majority of rainbow unicorns can eat anything. Okay, now I'm going to write my sentence. The majority of, so there's my generalizer. I've written it in my sentence. Rainbow unicorns can eat anything. So I've now got my point that I'm trying to say, but I've generalized it. Majority of rainbow unicorns can eat anything, full stop. Fantastic. Let's do another one. Now I want to talk about how you can find them munching on leaves. That's my point. What am I trying to say? I want to say that most of the time, and so I'm talking about how much time you will find them munching on leaves. So I'm going to choose a generalizer. I want to say plenty of the time. Plenty of the time, you can find them munching on leaves. What do I begin my sentence with? A capital letter. Plenty of the time, you can find them. What's my point? Munching on leaves. Lovely. Let me read that sentence back. Plenty of the time, I've got my capital letter, you can find them munching on leaves. Lovely. Let's do one more, and this time we're going to do it together. So we want to read the point. What are we trying to say? We're trying to say that they enjoy eating plants. The second thing we want to do is choose a generalizer. Do we want to talk about the time and how much of the time they enjoy eating plants? Or do we want to talk about how many rainbow unicorns enjoy eating plants? You can decide what you would want to choose here. I'm going to say that talk about how many rainbow unicorns enjoy eating plants. So now we need to choose a generalizer. I wonder what kind you're going to choose. I want to say that most rainbow unicorns enjoy eating plants. Now we can write the sentence. What do I need to include at the beginning? The generalizer. The generalizer comes first. So I'm going to say many. Who am I talking about? Rainbow unicorns. And what's the point I'm trying to write? Is that they enjoy eating plants. Many rainbow unicorns enjoy eating plants. Fantastic. Now I've got transformed my point of they enjoy eating plants to many rainbow unicorns enjoy eating plants. I've added that description and more information by generalizing that it's many of them, but some of them might not. Okay, our steps today are to have our subheading, and then we're going to say what does their main diet consist of, and then we're going to think what is their favourite snack and what can they not eat and why. So let's begin with that first idea, that first point that we're going to write about. What does their main diet consist of? You might want to say that most of them can eat almost anything. Maybe you'll say that much of the time you can find them eating grass or leaves or a variety of berries. What is the main diet? What are the things that they eat all the time? The second thing we're going to write about is what's their favourite snack? I think I told you the other day that they really enjoy berries. So maybe we want to talk about how they really enjoy ripe strawberries or blackberries or blueberries. Maybe a wild watermelon. Sounds exciting. Or even pots of honey, which I could imagine because often at the end of the rainbow, people say there is a pot of gold, but we could say it's honey. And then what can they not eat? And we want to explain why. So we might want to say that they can't eat strawberry leaves. They can eat strawberries, but they can't eat strawberry leaves because maybe their fur goes green. Maybe we want to say that they can't eat jelly beans because they lose their brightly coloured fur. But again, we might want to be writing this in general. So most rainbow unicorns can't eat jelly beans because they'll lose their brightly coloured fur. We can add that extra information. Right, let's get writing. If you want to come back to this page when you're doing your writing, please do. You've got your list of generalizers for you here as well. Okay, again, I'm ready to start writing. I've got my date and my steps to success. The first one that I need to do is write my subheading. So instead of saying diet like we did in our first text, we're going to write another question. What do rainbow unicorns eat? Remember, my subheading starts on the side of the page and it is going to be underlined. Rainbow unicorns eat. Question mark. Because in this next section I will answer that question. Make sure it's underlined with a ruler. Okay, the first point I'm going to talk about is what is their main diet. Now I might just want to begin this with an adverbial sentence starter to hook the reader's attention. So I'm going to say interestingly, comma. Remember those sentence starters always finish with a comma. Interestingly, comma. Now I'm going to generalize when I'm talking about rainbow unicorns and their main diet. So I'm going to say the majority of rainbow unicorns will eat almost anything. The majority is my generalizer. The majority of rainbow unicorns, leaving a line every time, will eat almost anything. But what is their favourite snack? Let's think about that in my second step. But their favourite snack is a wild, juicy watermelon. That's what I want to say. Their favourite snack is a wild, juicy watermelon. So I'm going to say that most of the time, I'm going to write something a bit before this and say that most of the time you can find them munching on leaves, grass and a different variety of berries because I want to have the power of 3 there. And then I'm going to say, but their favourite snack is a wild juicy watermelon. So most of the time, remember I'm now generalising the time, most of the time and I'm going to say that's also a sentence starter, it's like an adverb of time, so I'm going to use a comma after it. Most of the time you'll find them munching on berries. On berries, what else? Leaves. and grass. But I'm going to have my conjunction but to join these two parts together. But their favourite snack is a wild juicy watermelon. But they're thinking about that they own it. Remember the little man? Their favourite, because it's what they own, it's their favourite snack, is a wild, juicy watermelon. Lovely. Now I've just got one more to say, one more point to talk about, and that is what can they not eat and why. Let me just read this back first of all. Most of the time you will find them munching on berries, leaves and grass. Really important there that when I listed my power of 3, I've got a comma and then I've got and when I'm listing each point, 1, 2 and 3. But so I've got my conjunction there. Their favourite snack is a wild, juicy watermelon. Okay, now what can they not eat and why? Well, I think it's quite curious that rainbow unicorns are allergic to jelly beans, and eating them will cause them to lose their brightly coloured fur. That's what I want to say. So I'm going to begin again with my sentence starter and then verbal sentence starter to hook the reader's attention and say curiously. And what comes after that sentence starter? A comma. I'm going to say many, describe how many there are. Many rainbow unicorns. Have that generalizer. Are allergic, to change my page, to jelly beans. And I'm going to explain why and say, and eating them can cause them to lose their brightly coloured fur. So they're allergic to jelly beans. I wonder what you will say that your rainbow unicorns can't eat. And eating them, so I'm going to join that first point with the second point of explaining why with my word and eating them can cause them to lose their brightly coloured fur, which is such a shame. There again, the person, it's what they own their fur, so we're using their brightly coloured fur. Full stop. Let's read that back again. Curiously, many rainbow unicorns are allergic. Oh wow, you didn't see that, sorry. Curiously, many rainbow unicorns are allergic to jelly beans, and eating them can cause them to lose their brightly coloured fur. Fantastic. Let me just double check I've got the generalizers that I need. So, the majority of rainbow unicorns will eat almost anything. Most of the times, now I'm talking about the time, you'll find them munching on those, and many rainbow unicorns are allergic to jelly beans, and eating them can cause them to lose their brightly coloured fur with my, oh sorry, once again you didn't see that, with my full stop at the end. Fantastic. Off you go, year 2.